So you want to manifest faster, but you don't understand exactly how. And today I'm going to show you one of my favorite methods, which is tapping into your joy frequency. And if you're like, what is my joy frequency? Well, it's really just the vibration that you are radiating at, because everything has energy and you emit energy through your emotions. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. So as you have these emotions, as you have these feelings, it's very important that you learn how to tap into your joy frequency. I'm not saying you have to be joyful all of the time. That is not realistic in life. But the more that you're tapping into your joy frequency, the more you're actually going to attract things effortlessly to your life. But before we dive into that, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you've returned. I appreciate you, and you know I love you. So the very first step is always letting go of the when and the how. We know that manifesting something specific is fine. You can write out what you want. You can say, okay, this is exactly what I want, and get really specific and clear on that. However, when it comes to how it's going to take place and when it's going to take place, that's the part where you have to back off and you have to begin to detach from the outcome of when and how it's going to happen. Your role is simply to trust the process, that all things are working together while you are living your life, while you are working, while you are doing other activities in your life that have nothing to do with, oh, I have to get this outcome. Those things come naturally, whether we realize it or not, and they come so quickly. Some things for me have manifested within a year. Some things for me have manifested within a few days or a few weeks or a few months. So anyone who guarantees or promises you, oh, you can get this within 24 hours, well, that's a lie. You can trust the process within 24 hours, but that doesn't mean that you will receive the thing that you actually want. So you can get a manifestation the same day. That has happened to me. You can also wait a whole year and be like, wow, it finally happened. Whether you're making vision boards or you're doing affirmations or whatever it is you're doing, it doesn't manifest any faster. But one of the things that you want to do to tap into your joy frequency that's very practical, I would highly recommend, after you detach from the when and the how, is to write a letter from your future self who has already received the things that you want. So writing yourself a letter or emailing it to yourself and just reading through it every single day or every other day, or how often you need to remind yourself, oh, I already have this. It's almost like you're reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe that this is already going to happen for me, so I don't have to worry about it. And it keeps your mind at peace and keeps your mind at ease. One of the reasons why a lot of manifestations do not come into fruition is because the mind is so busy and there's a lot of overthinking and trying to control, because the ego gets in the way. There's a lot of pride that comes in and you're like, oh, when is it going to happen? It hasn't happened yet. Oh my goodness, I'm so worried about it. I just have to do a bunch of affirmations. No, that is not what you have to do. You have to begin to trust the process. You don't have to keep saying a bunch of things and doing all these activities to make it come into fruition. It will happen naturally on its own when you let go. I mentioned this example before. When I met my man, I wrote 3 days before I met him, I am dating and I put those 5 characteristics that I wanted specifically. I then forgot all about the list and kind of moved on with my life. I didn't go out looking for him. I didn't go out searching saying, okay, I got to find the man. No, I just went out. I continued to have a good time, continued building my business, continued watching the NBA finals at the time. I just lived my life. I didn't start looking for those things. The minute that you start searching for the one, right, is when you block your blessing yourself, because you're trying to put yourself in position to receive it when it's already on the way. So if you believe that the blessing is on the way, you don't actually have to do anything to get there. A lot of times you just have to proceed as usual. So I still was working in my business with clients. I still kept watching TV. I still went out for my walks. I still was working out. I was still doing my regularly scheduled programming. So that's the main thing that you want to keep in mind, is you don't have to do a lot of things to get the desire that you want, whether it's attracting more money. Yes, continue working in your business, but use your creativity. So how do you tap into that joy frequency so your mind will calm down and quiet yourself? One of the first things you need to start doing is meditating in stillness. I know that is the most uncomfortable thing to do. It was very uncomfortable for me when I first started doing it every day, but start with 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes and just simply breathe. I'm also linking down in the description an audio that kind of helps me to tune out noise so that I can really just focus on being in the present moment. One of the first things I do before I meditate is I remind myself there's nothing more important than you in your time right now. There's no place you have to be that is more important than the present moment right now. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, that is better than nothing. And guess what? Little by little, you're like, I think I can go longer. And then you set your timer to 10 minutes. Then you stop setting timers altogether. And I could be in meditation for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's different now for me because I practiced it. Make that a part of your daily practice to sit in stillness. Do not be afraid of the thoughts that come up, the visions that come up. That is meant for you to get the clarity you need, and that can give you more of the direction that you need to head in right now in this season of your life. The more still and calm and tuned into your breath you are, even when you're outside, if something chaotic happens, like a car crashes into another car and it startles you, maybe someone, a biker was riding by on the sidewalk and you're like, oh my goodness, what are they doing here? You know, happens. Take a breath, take a moment, and return to your breath as often as you need to do it. Okay, that takes practice. I've said it before and I will say it again. The realest version of you is not the overthinker, not the overplanner. It's the one who is calm. It is the one who is at peace. And the first step in tapping into your joy frequency is taking time out for yourself, by yourself, to see what you need to see, feel what you need to feel, and experience what you need to experience. Think about if you had a kid who always complained to you and said, I hate this toy, or I hate my life. I hate this. I don't like this. Would you keep blessing and giving that kid more things? No, you wouldn't. You would say, they're so ungrateful for all the things they already have. Why would I buy you more toys? You'll just be angry that you got another toy, right? So it's the same thing like with God. God doesn't want to bless people who complain all the time and always angry and always disappointed and hate their life. No, when you operate from that joy frequency and that gratitude and you say, God, thank you so much for waking me up every day. I thank God for that I'm alive, that my heart is still beating, that I still have breath in my lungs. In this season, I feel like a lot of people are in complaining mode because they're distracted by everything else around them. You're distracted by the news. You're distracted by other people's lives. You're worried about everything that has nothing to do with yourself. You need to start tapping back into that gratitude and activating that joy frequency of, wow, I'm so freaking blessed. And when you walk around feeling blessed, guess what? Other people begin to acknowledge that. Animals begin to acknowledge that. People see you and they get so excited and they're like, wow, they have good energy. And they'll just say hello to you for no reason. Even on the East Coast, pay someone a compliment. If you see someone looks really nice, it's not my norm to do that, to speak to strangers. If I see someone who looks really nice, I'm like, wow, really nice outfit. Or, oh, wow, I really like your nails. What a graduation card for my sister, and I said, wow, I really like your nails, so pretty. And she's like, oh, thank you. Like, making someone else's day joyful is important. That's a part of giving. It's not always about just donating money. Sometimes it's about, are you kind to other people? When I saw how my older sister was dressed, I was like, oh, you look good and your hair looks really good. And compliment people, show love to the people around you, because you just never know how that can make someone else's day. You're not doing it seeking anything in return. You're just doing it from the goodness of your heart. And guess what? You begin to feel better. One of the things you should also be doing is being creative. What are you good at naturally? If it's art, if it's graphic design, if it's painting, drawing, if it's singing, dancing, if it's just a small hobby outside of your day-to-day work, every weekend take some time and do it. Or take time out of your day to write a poem or write down the thoughts or the dreams that you end up having, because you just never know. You'll look back at it and be like, wow, I'm so glad I activated that joy, those things that brought me that peace and that fun. So going out to the pool or going swimming, or if the weather isn't permitting, maybe doing something else that you love to do, whether it's playing basketball, it could be sports, it could be just going out for a walk, being in nature. That activates more of not just your calm, it's taking care of your body, but also your mind isn't focused on, I gotta manifest this. The goal is to get you in your own routine of habits that you do to not only take care of yourself, but to have fun and enjoy your life. There are things that you can be grateful for right now. The more you practice gratitude, because that is a frequency too, the more you will notice things just start falling into place in your life. I hope this video was helpful for you, and let me know in the comments if there is anything in particular that you are grateful for, because gratitude starts here. So drop your gratitude in the comments, something you're celebrating. Celebrate your wins, big, small, whatever. There is no measure to wins. Just begin to celebrate life and tap back into that joy frequency, and trust me, you will start manifesting way faster. See you in the next video. Peace. 2, 1. Just getting some water real quick. That would happen as soon as I start a video. Okay, tap into your joy frequency. Perfect. Okay, so the first step in that is, what else was I gonna touch on? Stillness and meditation. Okay, what was I gonna say? I'll see you in the next video.